What's up, everybody? My name is Lee Shaner, and you're tuned into You Feel Me. You think about moving to LA?
Nah, well, I mean, I just want a spot out here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. I want to live out here. I want to live out here, but I fuck with the East and the West.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to.
Are you back and forth a lot right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like I just want like some cutty shit, like a back house type situation, or like
Back house is good, you know, like if like that spot back there is just 1 bedroom, 1 bath, you know what I mean? They've been in there for like quite a few years, and this is a private owner, so they don't raise the rent. So they probably got a good situation
the
going
back
on
house
back
situation is always blessed.
Yeah.
Like every time I hear about one of the homies in the back house, I just be like when they tell me what they paying, I just be like, damn.
Yeah.
That shit's fire.
What do you do when you come to LA now? Couch surfing or what?
Nah, I just stay with my shorty.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Where is home base, though? Still in Birmingham?
Nah, it ain't been in Birmingham in a minute. Basically, low-key Cincinnati.
Cincinnati?
That's probably home base.
Yeah.
But low-key, this is more home base than Cincinnati now.
How long you been in Cincinnati, then?
Shit, I was raised low-key in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I would go to Birmingham every school break.
Oh, okay.
Like summer, I was born in Birmingham. That's where all my family mostly is. And then I would go there like every summer, spring, winter break.
Is like one parent there, one parent in Cincinnati or something?
Nah, they both from Birmingham.
Oh, they're both in Birmingham?
Yeah, all my family is mostly from Birmingham and Florida.
Oh, okay.
But like, yeah, that's like, so like my mom's family's from Birmingham. My dad, they went to the same high school, Parker. Yeah. And
they're like high school sweethearts, your parents.
They knew each other.
Yeah.
They didn't start dating till after. I think they maybe tried to talk in high school, but they didn't start dating till after they graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how many brothers and sisters you got?
I have one brother and one sister.
Are you the middle, the oldest, the youngest? You're the middle? So that's the rap shit. You needed that attention as the middle child?
Nah, because my brother, he's like, my dad had him with a different woman.
Yeah.
So he grew up in Florida. So like I would see him like every break type shit. So like he was the coolest nigga to me. He was the coolest one. So like I ain't even want to be on some attention shit. I just want to be as cool as that nigga. For real,
Does he rap too?
Nah. He don't really do shit.
What part of
he's just like a cool ass.
Yeah. What part of Florida is he in?
Fort Lauderdale. Well, he's from Fort Lauderdale. I think right now he might be still in Fort Lauderdale, but I think he's actually living somewhere else though. He has a house though with his wife and his son, my nephew. So
as a kid, you be going from Birmingham to Fort Lauderdale and then Cincinnati?
I wouldn't go to Florida that much.
You wouldn't go?
My brother would come to Birmingham and Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
I went to Florida probably twice.
So who's in Cincinnati? What's that connection?
Just when my dad just wanted to move.
Oh, yeah.
He got a job.
What was he doing for work?
AK Steel. He was like an engineer.
Oh, okay.
So they just called him. There's more money up in Cincinnati.
I got you. Was there any kind of culture shock moving from Birmingham to Cincinnati? Yeah. Was it different?
Yeah, it's different. It was. We were still in a black neighborhood. The culture shock was probably like in Birmingham. We was like, it was a lot. We was just around family, but like we ain't had that much money in Birmingham. And in Cincinnati, we had like a house with it. We had a house with a yard. Because in Birmingham, we was living in like an apartment. And that shit was crazy. And I moved to Cincinnati when I was like 6, 7. But I remember that shit. Yeah. We was like in like an apartment. And like it was crazy. But like the fam in Birmingham, all them niggas got houses.
Nice.
So like I low-key remember the houses, but where we were staying at when I was born, we was staying in like an apartment.
Right. And so you got big family in Birmingham, cousins and aunts and uncles and shit? Yeah. So that's why you be going home and spending the summers there. Yeah. Now I get it. All right.
And then I low-key stopped doing that on the regular probably like 9th grade, 8th grade.
Okay.
That's when I stopped going like to Birmingham a lot. I started like kicking in Cincinnati.
So what was Cincinnati like growing up?
It was fun. It was cool. It's racist.
It's racist.
Yeah, the cops is kind of crazy.
I've only been there a couple of times, but yeah, it seems like a very heavily segregated city.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's not that, because like,
Not like legally or officially, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's that part. And but where I went to school at, like I was blessed to like the white kids that I went to school with there is like they like got the same amount of money as us type shit. So it's a spot called Green Hills, and they like they ain't like, I wouldn't even call them rednecks, but they just like I don't know, they just mad down to earth, like white people type shit, and like that's the type of white people I went to school with.
The thing that I found interesting about Cincinnati when I have been there is that I hear Cincinnati in my head and I think like, oh, NFL team, you know, like that's like a big city, right? But it's like right next to Kentucky. So like people are kind of country a little bit still.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's some country ass niggas. Like it's some niggas that talk more country than my people's in Birmingham talk. That's from Ohio. But like Ohio is just country. Midwest, like I wouldn't even put it past you. Midwest is country as fuck. Midwest, like Ohio, St. Louis, even some parts of Chicago, like Kentucky. That shit low key the South. Like it's like in some areas it's low key on the same shit, but there's nothing like really the South, cause like the South is like in Birmingham, it's some spots where like you can drive for a minute and ain't no cops, and like you could just get into some bullshit.
So the Cincinnati cops are what, a little heavy on patrol? Yeah. Did you deal with
they be like heavy on patrol?
Yeah. Did you have experiences with a kid that woke you up to that, or like?
Yeah. I mean, just especially when I started getting my car.
Yeah.
When I got my car, like I would get pulled over like so much, and I like had mad experiences. Just like, you know, cops just being like overly like.
Yeah.
Like, just aggressive and shit. Like, it was really when I got my car. Like, that's when I really saw. Like, I would always, like, niggas would get into some shit, and I would always, like, I used to run from the cops heavy because, like, niggas just getting in fights, niggas just stealing shit. And, like, I never really got arrested because I was, like.
Fast.
I guess so, bro. Like, for real. Like, I never got booked. Like I was always like
because you were booking.
Like, yeah,
that's
like,
it.
But
were you creative as a kid? Like did that shit just seep out of you?
A little bit. I've been in band since 6th grade.
Yeah,
I've been in band since.
What instrument did you pick up?
Trumpet at first, and then I saw a drum line, and then I'm from Birmingham too. And then when I saw a drum line, my pops was like, "Nah, I'm gonna take you to the real shit," because my pops went to Florida A&M.
Yeah.
And like back when he was in school, like it was all about marching band. It's still about marching band and Southern culture, but like back when he was in school, it was like all about marching band. And FAMU was like one of the best marching bands, and he was in a marching band. He used to play saxophone. Yeah. And then like so, that's how I really like got into music, is like through marching band. Cause I ain't even want to rap or none of that. I was like, oh, word, I'm being a marching band. And
really?
Like, yeah, on some like.
So what? You just played trumpet for a year, and then you were like, "Nah, let me get these drums."
Let me do drums, yeah. But I wish I would have stayed with trumpet because I still was good at drums. Like I could have done drums.
Yeah, you could have done both.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like if you learn to play trumpet, you can play like pretty much any other horn too.
Yeah, if I
once you learn to read that music,
I would have been crazy.
Yeah,
I would have been so crazy.
Right.
I'll be making hella shit with Swarby.
I always say this, but it's funny. Like all my like friends that stuck with like trumpet or sax or whatever from the time that they were a kid, they always got jobs now because everybody needs a session musician, that a trumpeter. And everybody needs a sax. You know what I'm saying?
It's that part, bro. If I really would have like now with drums, I don't even really play drums no more.
Yeah.
Like I can like come up with shit and shit. If it's
you program some drums,
I could do some shit, but like. I don't even do that no more. But if I would have stayed with trumpet, yeah, I could be sessioning with niggas.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know, I went and checked out your show the other night at the Lodge Room.
Michael's show.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah. Michael Sayers.
Yeah, Michael Sayers.
Yeah, and I was watching his set. And it's funny because I just brought down my dad's old record collection, right? And I've been listening to a lot of music from the 70s and 80s and shit. And the crazy shit is like how many saxophone solos there are. Like in the middle of a song, there are just be mad saxophone solos.
Sayer, bro, because he's all about like the 80s.
Homie.
Like he's like, the 70s sax solos, but Michael Sayer shit real 80s.
Yeah.
It's like got that like like you chilling by the water type shit.
Miami vibes. But that was the thing is I was noticing. I was like, oh, he got the saxophone player right out front. And that fool got solos every few bars. Like, let me just get it in.
That's all over his album.
Yeah. That kid stuck with that fucking instrument since he was a kid. I bet. So, did you learn to read music and shit? A little bit about theory.
I mean, yeah, I forgot it though.
Yeah,
but like it stuck with me, I guess, like unconsciously.
Yeah. And you used to sing too, or what?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
You fuck around with it a little bit though.
And bro, crazy. I'm always tell this story, bro. I'm gonna tell this story whenever this shit get brought up, bro. All my singing niggas, like all my singing teachers, or like choir, like church choir directors, all them niggas, bro, they all would never let me like join like any of their things.
Why not?
My church director didn't let me join because I ain't go that much. Like I wasn't really like a church nigga type shit, but like I fucked with the choir. That was the only reason I wanted to be at church was the choir.
To sing.
Like I mean just
or just
like,
to listen even, yeah.
Just to be in that shit, bro, because the music was my favorite part. Like as a kid, like I hated church, but the music was my favorite part about church. I was like, if I could be there, I'd be in this bitch.
Yeah.
You feel me? But like my music director, my music choir, they said like they just said I couldn't sing. Really? And then like when I was in elementary, bro, my music teacher, it's crazy because she used to hate on me, bro, and I like we all had to sing this one part to audition for this part in this play. Yeah. And then we all sang, and I'm the only nigga that I didn't sing. I just lip sing because I knew she was gonna hate on me. I lip sing, bro. I lip sing. Then after that practice or that audition, she comes to me and she says, "Yeah, I heard you. You was a little off, like blah blah blah." And I was like as a kid, bro, like I'm a kid. I'm like in 4th grade. Yeah. But I remember that moment, bro, because I knew she was gonna hate on me, so I just lip sing and she hated on me still, and I was like.
How did you know she was going to pick you out? Were you mischievous? Like, did she already not like you or something?
She just, because I was a class clown. That was one of the main reasons, like, the niggas didn't want me to, like, be in there. But I'm like, yo, if I'm in some shit, like
you take it serious.
Yeah, like, 'cause I really fucked with music. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. But I was like, yo, this choir shit fire. Like, I fuck with this, but nobody wanted to fuck with me. Even at high school when I auditioned, they didn't want to fuck with me.
No shit.
So but my band teacher, she always fucked with me. Like, I was the class clown in band. I was, like, me and my cousin, like, it was, like, 5 niggas, bro, that you in band, we gonna make you laugh. Like, because we treat that shit so, like, we was good. Like, I was a good-ass nigga. Like, I played bass drum. And I played snare, too, but bass drum was my shit. Right. And, like, I was mad good. I used to come up with hella rudiments and cadences for niggas, but, like, I was just a class clown. Like, I was just like, I've been a class clown my whole life. Really? Yeah. Now I'm way more chill, but I'm still goofy. Yeah. But I'm way more chill. Like,
yeah. Beyond being a class clown, did you apply yourself in school? Like, did you get good grades, or you just fucked off?
Nah, I mean middle school, bro. I like elementary. It was at the middle school. They put me on. I don't even know what it is, but some like ADHD pills. I got straight A's.
No shit.
I got straight A's all middle school, but I ain't talked to nobody.
Really?
But I went to parties.
You're just like zoned out.
Yeah, but I went to parties though. Like I went to all the parties, but like, and I talked to like a couple of homies that I knew, but I ain't really do shit. Like I was in school, I was so weird. Yeah. I was so weird, and then but I got straight A's, and then in high school. I did that shit freshman year. I kept taking the pills a little bit, then I stopped. And I just lied to my parents, and I just started flushing them hoes and throwing them hoes away. Because I was like, nah, this shit is ruining my social shit.
Really? Then, you could feel that, like, it was making you awkward?
Yeah. Then after that, I just fucked up school. Yeah. I stopped getting good grades and shit. Right. And then junior year, I started smoking weed. And then I stopped going to class for first bell. I had a shorty in junior year and a shorty senior year. Senior year, her name was Juju. Junior year, I do not remember her shorty name, but they would just write down all my notes and just tell me all that shit. And I just stopped going to class first bell.
Really?
Yeah, love it. So
you would stop going?
I ain't fuck with school, but I did fuck with school. Yeah. Like Like, I didn't fuck with the teaching thing about it, but I fucked with all my niggas there. Like, all my homies was there, and then all the shorties was there, so I would just always go. And then our band was there. I really fucked with band. Like, I was a band nigga.
I find it interesting that you say you would skip school and like write notes to your shorty, right? Because like
Nah. She would write all my notes from the first bill.
Oh, she would take notes for you.
Yeah.
I thought you said I was like skipping school and writing.
Not even my shorty. It was just my homegirl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, listening to your music, you strike me as a romantic. You know what I mean?
Oh, like, yeah. I mean, that's how I started rapping. I started rapping through poetry.
Yeah.
Like, it was this shorty who put me on the poetry. It was my girlfriend at the time, my first girlfriend. She loved poetry. Her poetry was fire. And then she put me on that. Then we would write poems. And then I taught this other girl who drew this tattoo. And then her poetry was crazy dope. And then we would write poetry. She got me real nice. And then through that, I was just a poem nigga. I would do open mics. I would do all that shit.
Oh, yeah. You would go do like spoken word shit?
Yeah, all that shit.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
When did you start that?
7th, 8th grade.
That early? That's tight.
But I was a dancing nigga. I was a dancing band nigga my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even, when I started doing poetry, I was like, okay, word, all right, that's cool. But I had like, I ain't want to rap at all. Like, I was just like, all right, I'm this nigga, and I'm a dancing nigga. I thought I was going to be a marching band nigga. Like,
yeah.
That's it.
When you say dancing, what other kind of dancing? Like,
I was like crumping and pop locking and battling niggas at the parties.
No shit.
And like at the club and shit.
Yeah. That's funny because you strike me now as a dude who would be in the corner not dancing.
I'm chilling, bro.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I'm getting like my big brother. Like, I'm turning into my big brother. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm turning more and more to like, I'm just a chill.
Well, that was the goal when you were a kid, so it's working out.
Exactly, bro. Like, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
You know, another thing that you said that strikes me as interesting when listening to your music is that you didn't fuck with church, because I listen to the records and I go, oh, this is a man that's very spiritual. A lot of shit is referencing God. A lot of shit is referencing like God is within us.
I fuck with the music.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with church music. I fuck with the message and shit. It's just like, I don't know, bro. But it's certain preachers that hit. Yeah. And I be needing to hear that preach. You feel me? Like, church is interesting. You just gotta go to the right church.
Yeah, totally.
But like, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't fuck with. I fuck with faith. I don't really fuck with religion. I fuck with a couple religions, but like, they all like, most of them are all misogynistic. And they all got some. They all got something that's fucked up. You feel me? So like, I just take what I take from each one of them that's good, and I fuck with faith. Like,
there's like a fucking Meek Mill video getting filmed outside my house or some shit,
bro,
dog.
For real, like,
I just watched this
DMX rough riding, bro, for real. Like,
the 4-wheeler out here doing fucking wheelies and shit.
Somebody's going there. I ain't never rode one of those things.
What, a motorbike or a 4-wheeler?
4-wheeler.
Oh, I used to have one back home.
I'm trying to ride.
I'm from the country as well, so we have 4-wheelers.
The thing is, bro, my cousins ain't have one of those things. Yeah. Niggas was broke. I feel like, but they rode them. One of their homies probably had them or something.
That was the thing, is like somebody, we would always go to people's house who had them. You know what I mean?
And I had homies in Cincinnati that had them, but like, my mom would hate on me. But also too, I used to be on punishment so much, bro.
Why?
Class clown.
Yeah.
Just doing dumb
Is your
shit.
mom protective of you? Strict?
Nah, she ain't strict.
Yeah.
She just ain't for no bullshit. And just when I be on bullshit heavy. And then my dad kind of like, he ain't strict, but like, I don't know, I feel like when they was both mad at me, they used to feed off me. Especially when it was just me, before it was my little sister, and it was just me in Cincinnati. They used to just feed off her. They used to like, all right, my pop's mad. I know in 2 hours my mom get home, she about to be mad as hell. Like, it's just like crazy. So I just stay on like punishment and just like so shit. Like,
yeah. So you're in 7th grade writing poetry and stuff. And what kind of music are you listening to in your free time at this point?
7th grade.
Yeah, I mean, just around when, I feel like that's a very formative year when you're figuring out your interests and figuring out what your music is and what your style is.
Low key, bro. Low key. Before, it was actually like 7th, 8th grade. I forgot what summer that was, bro. But like before that shit, it was just Lil Wayne, Outkast.
Yeah, I read somewhere that you're like a Dungeon fan fanatic.
That's all I was listening to was Cash Money, Outkast, Young Money, Cash Money, Outkast.
Yeah, was this around the time of like Wayne's mixtape run?
Bro, I've been,
or even earlier than that.
See, the thing is, bro, Wayne's been in my life forever.
Yeah,
because Wayne was my brother's favorite rapper.
Yeah,
like always, he always been since the Hot Boys. So like, I've been loving Wayne since I was a kid.
Right.
Because I wanted to be like my big brother.
Right.
So like, his favorite nigga was Wayne. So I was like, okay,
that's mine too.
Yeah. Like, I was just like, all right. And then like when he got better, I was just like, damn, Wayne crazy. Like I was like, I was like, yo, nah. And then I was telling niggas like, oh, Wayne Fox. I always loved his voice. Yeah. He always had a crazy voice. But then he really started rapping. Like,
I know,
in
like
my generation, like, he started rapping, and I was
6,
like
7, 8. He was like on rapper steroids or some shit.
I was like, yo, nah,
what?
he's the best rapper. And then like, that's all I listened to. And I was listening to Outkast. That's it. And then I remember riding with my cousin, and then she was playing like Tribe or some shit. Yeah, Tribe or Black Star, one of those. And then shit. And I was like, yo, what is this? This shit fire. And she was like, what? You ain't never heard this shit? Yeah. And then she put me on a Tribe, she put me on a Black Star, she put me on some other shit, but her aunt always used to play Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. Like, who is Jill Scott? And Mama's Gun and Badu is. So it's like, I don't know, like in Birmingham, that's where I got like the neo soul, like rap, like conscious rap tip from my cousin and her mom, my aunt. And then, but in Cincinnati, I was just listening like Lil Wayne, Dungeon Family, homies always bumping Gucci Mane. Like, I ain't even really listen to Gucci Mane, but I knew that all that nigga lyrics because all the homies was bumping.
They used to be around.
Juice Man and the Gucci Mane and shit.
I had so many tapes. Like, that's how 3-6 Mafia was for me in high school. It was like I didn't have any of their tapes, but like I knew all the shit because that's what people would put on in their car, you know. And so I just knew it. I remember
I ain't even hear it, bro. I remember when Go DJ came out. Yeah, I ain't even hear it first. I just heard it in. Everybody was rapping it in the halls in my middle school. Right. Like, I was walk past a niggas be like, go DJ, that's my DJ. And you know, they was like rapping the verse. And I was just like, I knew that song before I heard it.
That's funny.
School,
I have a song like that too. When I was like maybe a freshman in high school, No Diggity came out, and I would just hear people around the hall being like, "No Diggity," and I'm like, "Why is everybody saying No Diggity?" Like, and then I like a week later seen it on MTV or something. I'm like, "Oh, there it is."
That's how Go DJ came out. I was like, "Yo, why is everybody rapping Go DJ in the hall?" I was like, "Yo, that's funny." That's what I miss about music. Like, you used to have to wait sometimes.
Yeah. Oh man, I know it's so instant now. Like, thanks for tuning in. Skullcandy wanted to show you some love for listening by hooking you up with 15% off your next purchase. Head over to skullcandy.com and use the code YouFeelMe19 at checkout to get 15% off anything site-wide. I seen somebody tweet the other day about like, I know everybody knows that Detroit is taking over now. And I'm just like, even though we're on the internet and like, yes, we know like Detroit is popping right now. It's like, I feel like the rest of the world might not know that yet. And I miss that feeling of being like, oh, just because like it happened this week doesn't mean you're late on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. And then honestly though, for real, bro, Detroit been killing shit since like.
They got a new wave now too.
Ever. Yeah, they got a new wave, but it's Detroit. Yeah. Like, also, it's like you can't forget like what came out of Detroit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like so much crazy shit.
I feel like Detroit
wasn't Motown in Detroit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, shut up. Like,
I feel like the Detroit
been killing shit forever.
I feel like the Detroit beat scene might have influenced your style. Yeah, Jay Dilla fan.
I mean, shit, Slum Village.
Yes, SV.
Motherfucking Quelle Chris. Yeah. Motherfucking Denmark Vesey. Yeah. Like, yeah. Them niggas, Z Loopers is crazy too. Z Loopers, Black Noise. Them niggas is everything about Detroit influenced everybody, whether you know it or not. Like,
Detroit was a huge influence on the LA beat scene, which became a huge influence on other shit. You know what I mean?
Like, it's all like it can start from everywhere too, but it all start with Dilla. Yeah, Dilla influenced everything, bro. Like, Dilla influenced. Like, if it wasn't for Dilla, Voodoo wouldn't sound how it sound. You feel me? Like it's that part. Like
Yeah.
Voodoo, one of my favorite records.
Right.
Like Love Below and Voodoo and Mama's Gun and Who Is Jill Scott are my favorite albums.
Yeah,
like,
and isn't it wild
like,
when you go back and hear shit and you're like, oh my God, Dilla produced this? And you don't even realize it and you're like, damn, he was affecting music this long ago? Like, golly.
his rap flow.
Yeah.
Like, it's the whole reason Ali how he is, low key. Mm-hmm. Like Ali from Be Kool-Aid and Mach Hommy. Like, I feel like the way he rap and his flow and shit is all like that shit. You feel me? And it's like, that's why we make the shit we make. You feel me? It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Detroit important as fuck. And then Quelle Chris and DeMar Vesey. Them niggas. DeMar Vesey, bro, that nigga is crazy.
There's a whole kind of wave of transcendent, abstract rap right now that you're kind of describing that is really like, that I'm super into, right? So I've been listening to a lot of you, Mach Hommy. Crazy, right? Quelle Chris, Rock Marcy.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like all them type of dudes where it's like, the bars are almost like these fragmented thoughts that come together to paint a picture, right? Yeah. Do you feel that? Is that a fair way to describe your music?
Nah, yeah, it's just expression.
Yeah.
Like, it's so many. Yeah, it's so many. Like, I can't even. Bro, I can name so many right now. That's crazy. But, like, it's so, like, the way all the homies expressing themselves is just beautiful. Like, we just painting it.
Oh, Maxo is another one I've been listening to. I seen him at the show the other night.
Maxo's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's so many, bro. It's so many that's crazy. Fucking Masai is crazy. Yeah, she's a shorty from Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
She's crazy. Fucking Navy Blue is crazy. Like, it's Mike and, like, so many.
You said open mic?
Nah, Mike.
Oh, Mike, just Mike. Yeah. Mike is dope. Earl is another one of those ones who's like kind of on that transcendent shit.
Like Sweatshirt. Earl Sweatshirt been the GOAT for so long.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like.
Well, and, what I find so intriguing about his path is kind of like he was very constructed and you could feel him working through his bars like they were a crossword puzzle almost, where it's like, yo, this part got to rhyme with this, which got to rhyme. Like when he started, you know what I mean? It was so complex. And in his last record, he really just stripped it down.
He bleeding. He like really speaking.
It's
like,
just
really,
this
like,
stream of conscious that you could tell he's not overthinking it. Like
that's the thing. Like, it's like, bro, it's fuck all this rap shit. Like, is you bleeding on shit? Like, you gotta like really like show your shit, and like that's what niggas is on right now.
That
like,
just hit me, like saying, "Yeah, are you bleeding?" Because oh man, that's what when I'm listening to y'all, I can't put my finger on what it is that's so intriguing, because it's not that it's like the craziest structural song. It's just like there's just a feeling, you know what I mean? Like where you could tune into the lyrics and feel it, or you could tune out and just listen to the whole vibe, and you just still just like feel that, and that's what it is. It's y'all bleeding on the paper.
I fuck with that. It's a lot of homies. It's a lot of people that say that. Like, it's like, I can have that shit in the background, or I could just be listening and that shit. And it's like, when I'm listening, it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, it don't matter, bro. It's just expressions, bro.
Well, and what I'm really loving about that whole scene that we're talking about as well is the beats are also not being overthought. Like, you guys are really finding these loops that are so thoughtful and heartfelt, and being able to break down right to the fucking heart of what it is, you know what I mean? And you don't have to overproduce. It doesn't need to be a bunch of like, don't get me wrong, I love beats that got fucking machine gun snares and whatever, and 808 thumps and everything, but y'all are finding these dusty loops that are forgotten in time and like reimagining them into something. And I think, again, Earl described it as like snake eating its own tail shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Where it's just like, you can't tell the beginning or the end. It's just.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, but one person who put me on to that is Obliv.
Uh-huh.
Obliv put me on to like the importance of a loop.
Yeah.
Like, it's tracks from Obliv that I done listened to for an hour and 3 minutes. Like, and it's like,
man, yeah, like when you can find that loop that you don't want to turn off, and it could be only 2 bars or 4 bars, like, fuck, that's like meditation,
like,
man.
Already the beat is that, and then you just gotta paint your expressions on it, bro. That's timeless.
Yeah,
that's like timeless shit.
What do you go? You produce your shit, right?
Yeah, I do some shit. I do some shit. I be looping. I be looping some shit. I did like 8, 9 beats on Ensley.
When you're looking for loops, what are you looking for? How are you finding them? Not like putting your whole process on blast.
But YouTube. Yeah. I be on voice memos. I loop anything. Yeah. I loop anything. I learned that shit from like my homies like Ali, like Mind Design, fucking Live, loop anything. John Bap, loop anything. That nigga Knowledge, that nigga be looping anything. Like, it's just looping. Malib even said that shit, just looping anything. Ross used to say that shit all the time. Rest in peace, Ross.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Like, for real.
Were you at the Ross thing at the Lodge Room? Were you out here?
I wasn't here, but I went to his festival for a little minute.
Oh, yeah.
I had sound checks, though. I'm going to go back to
Man,
interesting. You trying to
go
to Lamert? Yeah, Chinese. Yeah, go do it. I need to pay my respect.
It's funny because at that Ross, I went to the Ross Memorial at the Lodge Room where I seen you perform, and I was standing behind somebody, and I'm like, I think that's Jay Versace, but I'm like, why is Jay Versace at this Ross G thing? And then I seen Jay Versace like DJing for you.
Yeah, Jay is tapped in. Jay is a beautiful human being.
Yeah.
Jay is like,
I mean, he is so like, funny online. Golly.
Jay is like important as fuck. It's so many niggas Jay remind me of, but like it's not. Jay is just his own person. Jay is fine, but Jay loves music, but Jay loves like the LA beat, like music scene, that shit.
Yeah, I had no idea.
He's mad in tune too. He's in tune to like, what was Ty Dolla $ign old group before? Ty and Corey, you know about that? Mm-mm. See what I'm saying?
I feel like
Jay know about like shit that like Syra, like he know about like old LA shit, and he know about the new shit. He know about all the producers. Jay know about a lot of shit.
I have a story.
So don't be surprised if Jay like your album or is on your story and you a musician or whatever, because Jay be on that shit.
No shit. He's in there digging just like anybody else.
Exactly, bro.
That's funny because, people online, they get to a certain point, you just think like, oh, that's a famous online person. They can't be fucking with this, that, or the other.
Jay famous as fuck, but Jay is like,
that's like the meme king, bro.
Artist. He's a regular artist. Yeah. Like, he's a regular dope artist.
That's really dope. Speaking of Ty Dolla $ign,
that's the same way with Tebe, same way with Earl Sweatshirt. Like, he's a famous nigga,
he's really out here digging.
A regular artist.
Yeah.
Tyler the same way. Tyler and Solange, they be digging, they be seeing mad shit.
Really? Yeah.
These niggas is regular artists. Like,
people like that reach out to you, huh? And you're just like, what the fuck?
I mean,
you don't have to name names, but I'm sure there's been ones that were like, how the fuck did you know? Right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that shit. But like, honestly, that shit is just beautiful. Like, Yeah, bro. I can't, like, after it's gotten to a point where now, like, my favorite niggas have hit me, so I'm cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm cool, bro. It's like a couple. I just need to meet Jill Scott and motherfucking
Erica
D'Angelo,
yeah.
Badu is that's my that's
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I recognize you and may or may not have met you before, but you probably know Verbs. Do you know Verbs? Nah, never mind. Okay,
so a lot of people.
Yeah, I got you.
Verbs is the homie?
Yeah, Verbs.
Verbs is the homie.
Verbs is the homie. Me and Verbs go way back. So Verbs used to throw a thing called the spliff back in the day.
Okay.
And he told me this story. I think I was actually there at this shit because I used to go to the spliff every time he would throw it. But back when Ty wrote Tooted and Booted for YG, way back, when they were just some like West Side dudes, YG came and performed at the Spliff, right? But it was before he was YG. It was before he was like, fucking Still Brazy and all that. And so he plays Tooted and Booted, and Verbs tells the story as though that song like cleared the floor and everybody just went outside for a smoke break until it was over. Like nobody had caught the wave yet. And then like 2 years later, that song was #1 hit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and that's
sometimes you're too early.
That's how it be in Cali, bro. Like, it be one moment you getting booed off stage.
Yeah.
Then the next moment, your favorite artist is like, yo, I fuck with you. Shit.
Yeah.
And it's like you playing at a nice show.
Right. I mean, you could even see that shit happening in like the mainstream right now with like Lizzo, her song that's like biggest hit on the radio right now. That shit's been out for like 2-3 years and it didn't get it got love before, but not like now it just blew the fuck up. Like sometimes it just got to incubate a while, I guess.
It got to incubate.
Yeah.
It got to incubate. I remember one one artist that's like a prime example is Anderson .Paak.
Oh, don't even talk to me about Anderson .Paak. You know who did Anderson .Paak's first interview, right?
You did?
You're looking at him.
Oh, that's crazy.
Again, through Verbs, actually. I met him back when he was Breezy Lovejoy, and it was at when he was throwing bananas at the very beginning. And he's like, yo, this fool got the fire beats, blah, 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 blah. That's like 2009 or something, because me and Verbs was making raps together. He's like, we got to get some beats from Breezy. I said, all right. So we stay in touch, emailing, texting, or whatever, and then I start doing like online content, and we were looking for somebody. We were like, oh, we need somebody that's like real, not diverse. What's that word? Can do a lot of different shit. Like anyway, and I was like, oh, I got this dude. I know this dude, Breezy Lovejoy. He like sings, raps, plays drums, yada yada. We had him come in, and I was like, you could see the video on Knock Steady. It's like it was like 2010, man. And so yeah, watching what he has done. Yeah, talk about incubating, fool. That shit is crazy.
You feel me, bro?
Yeah.
I caught wind of him 2013.
Yeah.
That's when I caught wind of him. That was my first time coming to Cali.
Yeah.
And then me and my ex went to Low End. And he opened for the internet.
Oh, yeah.
And it was before they was even a band. It was when it was Sid, Chris, and Matt Marshall.
Yeah.
And then that shit. And then Anderson killed that shit harder than the internet. And I was like, yo, and it was the Breezy Lovejoy shit. He had the Mohawk, all that shit.
Oh, you'll appreciate this, because I know that you know Alexander Spit, yeah? I do. Okay.
Yeah.
So Alex, the homie. Yeah. So in 2014, I released my last record, right? And I did a release party at this place called The Lyric over on La Brea. And the opening act, it was Alexander Spit. But you know who I had as the opening act? Anderson .Paak, because I was like, I don't want to go on right after Anderson .Paak, or like he'll suck all the energy out of the room, and then it's going to be his show and not my show. You know what I'm saying? And then like a fucking year later, he's opening for Beyonce at the fucking Dodger Stadium. So yeah, the growth is crazy.
He really opened for Beyonce
at Dodger Stadium, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In New York.
Yeah. Anyway, we got off on a tangent. Let me ask you this: when you're doing poetry in 7th grade, right, spoken word shit, and just hanging out with the homegirls, and how does that transition into like, I'm gonna rap? Because I feel like it couldn't have been that long afterwards.
I was just listening to like after my cousin put me on and shit. I was like more open, because I was already doing poetry. I was more open to like, you know, certain shit. You know, listening to like queens like senseis like Badu, fucking Jill Scott, real poetic type vibes, and then 3 Stacks, real poetic. So, like, I was just doing that. Then I graduated. I wasn't rapping at all, bro. I freestyled one time.
Yeah.
And, like, 10th grade with the homies, it was some real country, Ohio, southern shit, bro. Niggas was just, like, high as fuck, drinking lean, freestyling, rapping. I was like 10th grade, and I was like, when I first started getting into like being in the studio and shit like that. And then like I remember one time I got kicked out of my mom's crib, and then the homie's older brother was like, bro, let's just make a rap song, bro, blah, 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 blah. So I was staying with that nigga for like a day or two, and then like then I did that shit, and then I was just like little bits of that, and then but I was doing poetry, and then the homies knew me as a poem nigga, so they would like when I graduated, I was just doing poetry, and they was like, yo, bro, can you do poems over this song? And I did a poem, and then that's when I first did a poem over a beat. And then also at the poetry shits too, they had one in Dayton that I would go to, because I was going to school in Dayton, and they had one in Dayton, like this poetry event. It was fire. They had a band. Hella like poets, that shit was so fire. And then I would do poems there, but like I wasn't like a speaking ass nigga. Like they was on their Def Jam poetry shit, like no band. I was like, nah, I ain't that type of nigga.
Yeah,
like, I need to like, so I would tell the band to like play some like little smooth shit, whatever. I was watching Love Jones and shit, so I was like, yo, let me play some smooth shit, bro. Like play some smooth shit. I'm gonna just do poems over that shit, and I just did that. That was my style. Yeah, that was my whole style. And then every time I come to that event, I just do that. Niggas knew me as that, so shorties was fucking with me. Niggas was fucking with me. Like it was cool. And then Yeah, and I invited the homies there, and they was like, "Oh shit, that nigga live like doing we should get him over some beats, bro," because they was rapping.
Yeah.
My homie Peso, he's like one of my best friends. He was rapping, and then he's like, "Yo, bro," and then my homie PJ, my homie Flo, they was rapping, and they was like, "Yo," after I did the poetry shit, they was like, "Yo, come to the booth," and then my homie Flo and PJ really polished my shit and like really was like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is like when you're just writing the poetry.
PJ is the nigga who mastered Ensley.
Oh, okay.
Too. Yeah, that's like I'm keeping that nigga like forever. But yeah.
When you start doing poetry over the beats, were you writing them with a beat in mind, or you're just writing free-form poetry?
Nah, I was just writing free-form poetry.
And were you concentrating on rhyme words or anything, or was it just kind of like...
There was a couple songs that I did like actual, like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this over this.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I was wondering. Is it just kind of like you're doing spoken word over a beat, not really worrying about where you fall in the pocket type of thing, or like with the rhyme words, or if it was all about
like the delivery.
Yeah.
I already had what I had to say. It was all about how I was going to deliver it.
Right.
That used to fuck me up, though. But that's why PJ really helped me, like, form my shit.
Yeah.
Because he was like, yo, you don't need to say this because you already said this.
I got you.
And he was like, or you don't need to say all of this. Just cut those words out, and you said it already.
Yeah, he taught you how to cut the fat, basically. Edit. Yeah. You need somebody to help learn how to edit, you know?
Bro. We was in the studio for, like, all day and night just learning that and just trimming my shit. He was like, all right, this a verse. Because I was a poem nigga. I didn't know how to write a verse.
What's the process like now? Do you record with a committee, or are you kind of by yourself? Because to me, Ensley sounds like a very solitary record. Yeah,
I did Ensley by myself, but I did with homies. Like, I record by myself, but I like to record with like one person. Okay. Like, I like to record with like one nigga as an engineer. I'm getting more so because I was in the studio a lot with Maxo when he did Little Big Man.
Yeah,
and I low key. Like, I used to record like that with PJ in Cincinnati, like having a studio and having an engineer and shit. But like Ensley, I recorded that shit mostly myself, like in a room, and I recorded with Like and PV and Jeremiah J. But all three of us, except for Like had a studio.
You said Jeremiah J?
Yeah,
that's another LA beat scene dude. Yeah,
yeah, Chicago.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But
he was out here,
King.
Yeah,
the King. Yeah, like one of the goats. But like. Me and Jay and me and PV just record that shit in the room. Yeah. So like, I ain't really have like we did that shit by ourselves, and I mixed it all. Yeah. Except for those 3 tracks.
Let me ask you this. It's difficult getting your foot in the door of the game initially, right? And so what was your pathway to starting to meet people and network and get yourself out there? Were you just throwing it up online and hoping somebody heard it? Or did you had you met people randomly in real life? Like, what was that like?
It's all real life.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, that's true. It is all real.
My whole shit been real life. Yeah. Like, I remember when I got an Instagram, though, and my ex got an Instagram. That's when, like, the LA shit and New York shit started to, oh, we know that nigga in LA. Oh, they seem cool.
Yeah.
We should go over
and then
there.
It, like, all come out?
I like that. And then, like, shit, going to a hit and run event. Hit and run, I met hella niggas. I met Low Leaf and Zero there.
Hey, shout out Low Leaf and Zero. Those are my people.
Yeah, I
love them.
Love them. And then Zero was staying with Ringo at the time. Went to the after party. Met Ringo, met Ali, met Leland, met hella niggas. And that's how that shit happened out here.
And then
New York, the same shit. I just went out there for a summer. I knew niggas. I knew Logi. I knew one of my other homies. And then, I just been meeting niggas, bro. Like, it's just wandering. Yeah. But, like, not I think really
sometimes
wandering.
When you're just a human that has a really good sense of self, like, people are drawn to you and it's going to happen to you regardless.
And I'm genuine as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm genuine as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm loving as fuck. Like, I just be around my loved ones and then they be guiding me. They like, yo, link with this nigga. Yo, link. I be doing the same shit. I be like, yo, you ever link with this nigga?
Yeah, I like that. You do. I mean, your records come off genuine and they do come off loving, and you sound like someone who wears their heart on their sleeve, and that is very charming. You know what I'm saying? That's very appealing because like so many people hide everything. You know?
Yeah. I ain't like that.
Yeah. So what's up now? How has life changed since Ensley, and what's going on next?
Niggas is trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But Ensley brought a lot of ill niggas, like a lot of ill artists that want to fuck with me or make music with me. That shit is tight. I can't even. Yeah, that shit is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ensley was dope. I ain't expected to do what it did, but it did what it did. And I'm mad grateful. I'm just trying to drop this new shit. I'm ready to drop new shit.
Yeah, you just released a new single, huh? So something must be on the way. No?
I dropped a beat tape today.
Oh, okay.
But like, I'm gonna drop some couple more beat tapes, and then I'm about to drop an album with the homie Akai Solo. I'm about to drop like some collab shits that I produce and shit, and then I'm gonna drop some collab shits. Then I'm gonna drop some albums.
And then you're gonna find a spot in LA?
I'm about to find a spot in LA like next year, in January.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, man, I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you for taking the time. I'm glad that I was able to catch you while you were in town for this brief moment. It was just like, felt like serendipity. You know, I was listening to the tape, and then I seen you tweet that you were opening for Michael Cera, and I was like, that's right down the fucking street. I was like, oh, shit, he must be, you know, in range. I could probably get him over to the house.
Nah, yeah, you had to. You had to slide. I'm glad you slid.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. But yeah, I look forward to hearing more, man. I'm very intrigued with what's happening in you guys' world. I just think some very beautiful music that's very memorable and is going to put a timestamp on fucking the late 2010s is being made right now. So
thank you, bro.
Yeah, man, most
really
definitely.
trying to keep that shit.
Hell yeah.
Trying to keep that shit alive.
Tell the people where they can find you online.
Pink Siifu on everything. Pink like PINK SIIFU.
Yeah.
And you can find me on everything.
I try to never ask this question, but where does Pink Siifu come from? The name is so unique.
My favorite color pink, and then Siifu is Cantonese for sensei, teacher.
For what? Sensitive teacher?
Sensei.
Oh, sensei.
Like a teacher, like a master teacher.
I
am a sensitive teacher though.
Sensitive teacher.
But like, I don't know. So I just like teaching color type shit.
Yeah, I like that shit. Yeah, so look for this man, Pink Siifu, online, PINKSIIFU. Go listen to Ensley. The previous tape, 2009, right? Spelled out?
2009 with Swarby. Me and Swarby got some new shit on the way.
Okay.
Listen to Be Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Me and Ali. Go listen to Ali's music on the Dolo. Go listen to my shit. Go listen to all the homie shit. Mm-hmm. Go bump you some Badu. Go bump you some D'Angelo. Go bump you some Dwelle.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this podcast was a good case study for anybody trying to like dip their toe into some like new shit that you just gave like a whole web of artists to get into.
Bump some Dungeon Family, bump some Prince.
There you go.
Sarai, some Minnie Riperton.
You know what I did at that show I went and saw you? I was talking to two 24-year-old kids and I put them onto Portishead.
Portishead is crazy.
I love Portishead, and I said, let me ask you guys this. At 24 years old, have you ever heard of Portishead? They're like, nah, what's that, death metal? Said about the opposite of that.
Portishead is so beautiful.
I love that shit.
Portishead is so beautiful.
So my name is Lee. Some of you guys might know me as Intuition, and you can follow me at It's Intuition on all platforms. And this is You Feel Me, the Skullcandy podcast, where we talk to artists, athletes, and musicians about life and culture. So I think we did what we came to do. I appreciate the time. We'll see you guys soon, man.
Peace.